Week 29 Fantasy Outcast. I think there's some double game weeks. I'm still super pumped from last night's win, and I don't know anything about Fantasy MLS anyway. So here is Derek, and go Lions after last night's win. That shit was awesome.
Well, speaking of last night's win, I mean, how awesome was it to get 3 goals from our 2 most unlikely players, Adrian Vinter and Brian Roches, finally decided to show up and score a goal last night. He has his passport, so hopefully he does that a lot more often. This week's Week 29, folks, we only have 5 weeks left in the MLS fantasy season. It ends after Week 34. That is it. We're done. Be ready to make some moves up there. If you want to make that last move into the top 10, this is your time to do it. We have a 16 double game week. Lucky you, folks. It's going to be New England, Montreal, both New York teams, San Jose, and Toronto. Now, there are obviously a couple teams I do not like in that, and we'll find that out right now. We're just going to go ahead and discuss the options for this week. Montreal, apparently someone told me this morning they send Drogba home this week so he can get ready for their home game against New England. So if that's true, he's not going to play at San Jose, and he's probably not worth picking up this week, especially at his price point. There really only 2 options I could think of are Toya and Bush. I mean, if you want Piatti, you can have Piatti. He's probably only going to play about 140 minutes. So if you want him, go for it. I'm not going to say no, but they're probably better options, especially at his price point. There's a ton of options this week. New England, there's only one player in that actually 2. You can count Shuttleworth, but the one player on that team that just strikes out as a fantasy must-own option this week is Lee Wynn. He has been on absolute fire. Let's look up his point totals. He had 16 points against us a couple weeks ago. You can look up his point totals right now, but he had 9 last week. I mean, he's just on fire. His price has risen up to over $11.50. If you could afford that, actually not if, when you could afford that, do whatever you can. Lee Wynn should be in your team this week. Then we go to NYC. I posted this morning. There is absolutely no players on NYCFC I would take this week. None. 0. Don't even think about it. Just skip them. They're absolutely in disarray. Pirlo and Lampard look like garbage. David Villa is injured. If you really want Poku, if he starts, I'm not going to say no, but they quit. New York quit. They're terrible. Red Bulls, the other New York team with the DGW. They're the opposite of New York City. I would take anyone on the Red Bulls except for Mike Grella and Lloyd Sam. Why? Because they both get subbed out every home game. Jesse Marsh's substitution patterns are extremely predictable, and it always includes those 2 players. Always. So I seriously doubt either of them plays 120. In all likelihood, you see Verone or Sean Wright Phillips start a game. But their defense, their back 5 is pretty much set. Felipe, McCarty, and Kleston are pretty much set. Speaking of Kleston, put him in on your team. He's still on fire. It's been about over a month and a half since he's calmed down. Yeah, his point totals are ridiculous. His last 5 games have been 14, 10, 11, 8, and 8. So those are some pretty damn good fantasy totals. And he's pretty much a lock to play 160 minutes for y'all. Good choice this week. San Jose, they're a bit of a weird team this week. I like their double game week. I don't like their travel schedule. I have 3 San Jose players on my team. I'm not going to let travel get rid of the fact that they play Montreal on 2 days rest. Just know that San Jose is going to travel cross-country to NYC on 2 days rest. So not exactly a good thing there. But then again, it is NYCFC. You can take that risk if you want. San Jose should absolutely decimate the crap out of New York City. And lastly, TFC. We all know their defense is garbage. Just avoid that. The main three, their DP players are excellent options this week. Michael Bradley, underrated option. He's about Lee Win, Sasha Kleshin area this week. I'm really hoping for about 12 points from Michael Bradley this week, especially because they play New York City. And last game they played, it was 4-4. Everyone's getting in on the action except the defenders, of course. Josie Altidore, if you're looking for a cheaper striker option. Striker is not that deep this week, especially since Villa's injured. You can go Quincy America if you want. I'm not going to say no to that. But Josie Altidore may be a good option for your team this week. I'm thinking about actually putting him in. And then Jovinko. What could I say? Captain him. Number one player this week. I think we're looking at 20 points for Jovinko, easily. Their DGW is New York City and Colorado. That's about as easy as it gets. That's exactly the kind of stuff you want to see when you're looking for DGWs. So just go ahead and captain Jovinko. Thank me later, folks. Hey, I mean, I have like 3 or 4 captain options on here, Sam. I got Lee Win and Sasha Kleshin I can captain as well. Those are also good options, but Jovinko is bar none the best option this week, even abductor strain and all. Single game week options. There's some Seattle versus Vancouver. If you're looking for single game week options, that may be a game you're looking forward to. Cascadia Cup games are always very exciting, very fast-paced, very physical. Obafemi Martins, I'm hoping will score a goal this week. We're looking at another 7 points for him. Let's see. I love the Dynamo this week. If you want to get Giles Barnes, go at it. They play Philadelphia, who we all know is not very good. That and we need Houston to win, so it's like a double win. You know, you want Houston to win so they can knock Philadelphia out, and then it helps your fantasy team. So just go for that. Let's see who else we got here. No, there was another team I was looking at. Oh, I actually do not like the Galaxy this week. Yes, I know. It's been the first time in a while I said I do not like the Galaxy. They are not a good road team. So they're playing at RSL this week. Just be careful with those players. If you can, get a double game week option in front. That's pretty much all I got for options this week. Hopefully, I'll be posting info about doing a DraftKings Dollar League this week. See if we can get any interest in that. Do some daily fantasy because we have, let's see. There's actually 4 different days with MLS games this week. So I'm looking at doing a couple DraftKings leagues this week. Pretty much the same options here, except you don't have to worry about double game weeks. I mean, Jovinko is always a good decision in those leagues. I'll post more info about that later. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got for y'all folks this week. As far as your transfers goes, if you're putting in a double game week player, I'd be willing to take up to a -12 this week. I actually like a lot of the players this week. So I'm thinking -8, -12. It's not that bad, especially if you're trying to catch up. If you're trying to get those double game week players in, they're obviously going to score 4 points if they play 60 minutes in each game. That's it for this week, man. Week 29. We got 5 weeks left, folks. Good luck.
What about how about, you said there's four days of daily, and you were going to start some leagues. So could you, without giving all your secrets, because I know you're probably going to try and win some money, but can you just maybe give some people some daily budget defender options? Just maybe one for each of the 4 days.
For the 16th, we got New England, New York Red Bulls. We got New York City and Toronto. We got San Jose and Montreal. The only really budget defender, actually there's 2. Donnie Toya and Connor Lade. Matt Miazga, I'm not sure what his DraftKings price is. I'm assuming they're proportional to what the prices on here are. I have not checked DraftKings yet. I will need to do that soon, but Connor Lay, Donnie Toya, Matt Miazga. Keep those names in your head. Clean sheet bonuses are always good in DFS, but looking at the 16th, there's obviously no clean sheet potential I'm looking at. Really, all these teams look like they can score. The 18th only has one game. 19th, really, the team with the best defenders is playing Toronto, so I don't want that. That day, I'd look at San Jose defenders, Francis, Clarence Goodson, players like that. And also for both of the San Jose games, Anibal Godoy, I think his name is, Godoy. He's a good option, probably a cheap midfielder for y'all. Matias Perez Garcia is also pretty good. 19th is the day the Sounders and the Whitecaps play, so I'm probably going to lean towards that a little bit. Or just start off with Jovinko and build around that. Lee Wynn would probably be a good option that day. David Ackham, maybe. I mean, as far as David Ackham goes, he scored against us 3 times, once in each game we played against him. So, yeah, he's likely going to do it again. I'm pretty sure he's going to do it again. Yeah, the 19th is the big day. If you're going to play DFS this week, go for the 19th. And the 20th is our normal 2 games. We got Portland, New York, Philadelphia, Houston. If you're looking for budget defenders there, I'd lean towards Houston. Trying to think who they got. I really don't think they have any budget defenders on there. Probably Miazga and Lade would do fine for you. Because Portland's not exactly a high-scoring team. So, but other than that, I mean, DFS is fun. I'll post more info about that later. Me and a buddy are trying to get some friends involved. There's a bunch of nice little contests. It's $1 per entry. Win y'all some money, all right?
All right. Well, there you guys have it. Week 29 Fantasy Outlook. You know, you guys can, those of you who follow me or Derek on Twitter, you know how to get a hold of one of us. And that's all I got for you. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the watch. Thanks everybody who came out to Fan TV last night. Peace out. And match preview will be on Wednesday. Go ahead.
I missed you on Fan TV.
It's all right. Well, many more to come.
Gotcha.
Wednesday night, look out for the match preview. Peace out.